All right, welcome back to episode 2 now. This time I
Yeah,
actually got Danny up in here.
I'm here. I'm
What's
in this.
what's up, bro? How you been?
We here. Mia-Mich.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Technically,
I'm good. I'm good. Tired as always. Working nights.
oh, I
But I'm
understand
good.
that. Yes, sir.
I'm
Yes,
good.
sir. Well, I'd like to just say, man, here it is. We're finally here, at week 0
Mhm.
after what seems like the longest off season in history of off seasons.
Couldn't stand it. I don't know how you did.
Man, I mean, there's a lot of soccer watching. I was trying to get into women's basketball, and I was just trying anything just to kind of stop that itch for just a little bit. But hey, we
I
got here.
understand it.
Yes, sir.
Yeah,
Yes,
we here
sir.
finally. All
Yes,
right.
sir. All right, so let's just go over it right now. Let's just start with our week 0 recap.
All
Just a couple games to go over. We got Notre Dame beat Navy 42-3.
right.
Just my goodness, bro.
Absolutely stepped on them. Oh my gosh. Uh, I, I, you never think Navy has a solid, talented team, but they're part of the military, man. You can't just destroy our military like that.
I,
Maybe it's because they're supposed to be swimming anyway. Don't worry about it. They'll be all right. I don't believe in Notre Dame until I actually see progress versus teams that are actually good. You know what I mean? I don't know who they're playing this week 1. But we'll probably get into that later.
Oh no,
They'll be all
I
right.
got them right now. I mean, yeah, I think Notre Dame is going against an FCS team. They're actually going against Tennessee State, so they're gonna have another good tune-up game.
Yeah,
Uh,
they
but
should.
I'm just saying that offense was looking pretty good for Notre Dame. I mean that.
I would say so. 6 touchdowns. They better have did you well.
No, that's what I'm saying. I mean, Sam Hartman was definitely that. He was that man. He was that man. Because I
Yeah.
mean, he went 19 to 23 for 251, 4 touchdowns. I
Oof.
mean, that man was sparking that field up.
That's actually really good for a first game as a Notre Dame wearing that gold on your helmet.
That's what I'm
Just used to
saying.
Wake Forest. Came from Wake Forest last year. He dominated at Wake Forest.
Yeah, that's true.
Pretty much made them a relevant team for the first time in who knows how long in the ACC.
Forever. I mean,
Right.
oh man, another good team that happened. Of course, we were watching Caleb Williams, the Heisman Trophy winner of last year, trying to repeat against San Jose State. They
Well, he
won.
won the Heisman last year.
Caleb Williams. Yes,
Somebody
sir.
else won it last year. He won it last year. All
Yes,
right. Oh,
sir. He's trying to repeat. He's trying to repeat.
he needs to not repeat losing to Utah. That's what he needs to do.
Yeah, that's
I don't know about, I don't know
fair.
about that.
Yeah, I mean that's kind of been their
Lost to Utah.
Achilles heel.
Lost to them twice last year. Talking about repeat. That's what he needs to stop repeat.
Yes, sir. I agree with that. But I mean, at least they're starting off with another. They start off with an easy schedule. Like they have Nevada coming up this Saturday. They're easily probably going to go 5-6-0 before they really start hitting any kind of competition.
Right. Any type of real competition. Or anyone who should be real competition. But you never know, man.
No,
It's
it's true.
USC now. They're supposed to be good. So people come after them.
Oh,
Their
absolutely.
program. Their big, dominant program for a long time. So a lot of people gun for them when they see them on their schedule. They think it's going to be a big game. A lot of people are going to be watching it because it's USC. So
Oh, absolutely. I
they
mean,
show out.
they were the king of the Pac-12. It was them and Oregon for how
Oregon,
long? Like it's been forever. Speaking of
UCLA tried to make a punch, but they could never do it. They've
I
been like the little
know,
brother.
I know, and it
They
hurts,
never really
man.
make that step up. Even when they had what's his name? What was the head coach of the Eagles for a while?
Oh, Chip Kelly, he's still there.
Chip Kelly.
Yeah, he's still
Yes,
there.
sir.
Yeah, he's still
He's
trying
still
to.
over there at USC?
Yeah, he's still over there. He's
Yeah.
still over at. Oh, he's at UCLA. He's at UCLA right now.
Right.
Yeah, he's doing his thing over there. He's.
They're trying to at least.
I mean, look, the Pac-12 is over after this season. We know this.
Yeah.
So it's like honestly,
Have that.
yeah, like honestly, USC, Oregon, Utah, like all these teams are gonna try as hard as they can be to be the last conference champion in that division.
And get that division. Nice farewell.
Exactly, and I mean, how poetic would it be if USC, that powerhouse in that division for so long could cap it? I would honestly prefer to see an upset or some like out of nowhere Pac-12 team win it. 'Cause
Yeah, I would love Chip Kelly to pull it off. Honestly,
you and me
that would be
both.
pretty cool.
You and
That'd be
me
pretty cool.
both. Another
All right,
game
so
that
where are we
happened.
at now? Let's keep it moving.
Yes, sir. Another game that happened was Vandy beat Hawaii 25-28. That was a that was a better game than I gave it any credit for. That was the game of the week right there.
Yeah. Well, since there was only 4 games or whatever, I understand why that would be the game of the week. One of them was a blowout by almost 40 points. The other one was a double the score. So 7-point game. I'll take that. I'll take that over an ass whooping any day. Any day.
Oh my goodness! I just wanted to go over something though. USC's defense in that game against San Jose State, they gave up 28 points. Their quarterback was giving up a lot of passing yards. Are we just gonna chalk it up to game one? Everyone's trying to get a feel for it.
Yeah, you could chalk it up to game one, or you could chalk it up to just not having a good defense, for lack of better terms. I mean, 28 points, San Jose State. I don't know.
Yeah, I mean San Jose State, like, they kept it within. I think it was within 14 at halftime. They were keeping it a lot closer than it should have been. Like, that score does not really represent how close that game. I mean, USC was never going to lose, but there was always, like, they kept it just close enough where you're like, okay, what's going to happen? Exactly, like, what's going to happen here? So,
on the other hand, Notre Dame went out there and handled business.
Oh yeah.
That difference there.
Yeah. Like, Notre Dame did exactly what they should have done. I didn't expect them to hold them to 0 touchdowns. Like, that alone was really surprising for me.
Pretty wild. That's pretty eye-opening. It's eye-catching. That's a score you're supposed to have as a dominant elite squad.
Absolutely.
56 to 28.
I mean, it's like that 56 though. Like, they're still putting up the offense. Like, the offense is still there.
Oh man, the offense is definitely there. 56 points is no small feat. 8 touchdowns, no small feat.
Hands down. And then one last thing is, I'm following this team this year just because I can. Don Brown is the former Michigan defensive coordinator, so UMass won their first game, 41-30.
Okay. That's not a bad win. No, not a bad win. He's the head coach now.
Yeah, he's the head coach. He's been the head coach there for, I think it's like 2 or 3 years now. They beat New Mexico State at New Mexico State. Like,
Okay.
Like, yeah,
nice away win. You know what I'm saying? 11 points.
I love it. But let's transfer. Let's just get into this because
we
already know it's week 1, baby.
A lot more exciting, man. A lot more exciting this week than it was last week. 100%.
Oh, yeah. And then, of course, we're going to start off with Florida at number 14 Utah at 8 p.m. on ESPN on Thursday. What a game.
We had another game like this last year, didn't we?
Yes, sir. And Florida pulled off that nail biter that everyone's like, oh, wait a minute. We might have us a team. Not necessarily what happened, but,
No. We saw how that season played out.
Yeah.
This year, I'm not sure. They got to go to Utah, night game, I'm not sure about the Utah crowd. I'm not sure there's a lot of Utahians that are big football fans.
I'm figuring it's going to be a big turnout. I mean, a big program like Florida, ranked or not, the name value alone. And, of course, all the hype that's going around. I mean, Utah next to USC is like that program to go and win the Pac-12.
Yeah.
So that's going to be interesting.
Just like last year, I'm feeling more. I'm leaning more toward the Florida side than I am the Utah side.
Okay. Give me a prediction. Give me a prediction.
Them a lot more. Well, the over and under for it is what?
So they have. Yeah, they're saying Vegas is saying Utah wins 6.5, so about 6 points.
All right. I can go for Florida on that. I'll go the complete opposite.
Oh, you're gonna flip that? Okay. Take Florida.
I'll go under for that.
See, I kind of like Utah at 6. Last year was a nail biter. Florida's not making enough noise. Like, I'm not seeing any reason to buy in. I'm not seeing any reason to really watch them. Their coach is already on a hotbed after they went 6-7 last year, and for Florida, that's just unacceptable. That's a powerhouse, and you got to get back in there, especially with Texas coming in next year, Oklahoma coming in next year,
They
And
got
you know,
more competition coming into the already stacked SEC that
exactly.
they can't seem to
And
win since what?
And who knows who else is going to come from the Pac-12? I mean, there's still 4 teams who haven't signed anywhere, so they still need to go find a
Pac-12 is
place.
pretty top heavy, so the fact that Oregon, USC, UCLA, and Utah are already leaving is enough for me, man. They don't have a lot of star power in that division or conference to really, really make noise. In other conferences, maybe Oregon, maybe Oregon would falter in the Big Ten. Who knows? I would love to see it. I would love to see them follow USC and UCLA. Honestly, I don't want them to just, leave all, Power 5 or Power 6 or whatever. I don't want them to just fall off.
No, they wouldn't. I mean, those big programs would stay. I just think like your Washington States will find their way at a Central USA or the AAC or whatever.
Right.
But yeah, no,
that's all right.
Yeah, but no, I think Utah wins this game. Wins by 6. Yep. That sounds good. I think it's just the crowd that's going to do it. That ambiance there. Night game, kickoff week 1. Got Utah.
You're going for the over. You got the over 6.5. 7-point win.
I like 6 points. I'd probably take that. I take the under.
You take the under?
Oh, I take the under. Right. Yeah. No, I take the under. I think it's going to be a close. It's going to be a close. Oh yeah, it's going to be a close game. It's going to be a really close game. It's going to be a 1, 2, 3 point game. Like 6, I think is honestly pretty high.
Yeah, I don't think it's going to be a lot of scoring going on.
No, it's defense.
A lot of points, but I do think for that reason, I think Florida is going to be able to pull it out. I think their players are a little more talented and used to these situations of being in tight games.
All right. We'll see. We'll see.
Let me see, 8 p.m.
Yes, sir. And also at 8 p.m. over on Fox, same day, Thursday, we got Nebraska at Minnesota. We have the new head coach, Matt Rule's debut. And, of course, Minnesota, no pushover team. That's going to be interesting to watch. That's going to be pretty interesting.
I got to say, Nebraska trying to rejuvenate their program is great. Great for college football and everything.
Oh, yeah.
But I think, if we're being honest, it's time for Minnesota to step up and show that they actually have a program that can be respected. Just like Utah has to step up. It should be Minnesota's time as well.
Oh, I agree. Yeah, I mean, I think they have Minnesota, like Vegas has Minnesota winning by 7, and honestly, I'd probably take that. I could take a close 7, if not a little more, honestly.
There has to be some type of rebuild from Nebraska. Like, I know they had a really, really bad year last year. Obviously, that's why they fired their head coach and had to be a new one. So, I mean, part of the rebuilding process is going through those tough times like Miami's been going through. So, we'll see what, Minnesota can do, but I lean toward the heavier programs often. That's why I still look at Florida the way I'm looking at them. That's why I still look at USC and Notre Dame the way I look at them. So I don't want to say Nebraska's completely out of it, but night game in Minnesota, first game for a new head coach, I don't know, man.
I mean, if they pull off that win, I mean, that's a nice little start to a good head coaching debut. That's all I'm going to say. Like, they could win this. I'm not saying they go 10, 11 wins, but if they get a 6, 7 wins off of that first season, go to a bowl game finally, that's a great shit.
Yeah, it's a great time to start. Great way to start.
Speaking of a great way to start, let's segue over to our first Saturday game. That's going to be, that's a Friday game. That's going to be Miami, Ohio at Miami. 7 p.m. on the ACC network. We'll be watching that one, of course.
Yes, sir.
They got Miami by 16.5. What are you thinking, Danny? You're the Miami guy.
I'm thinking we should be at 20, 25. You heard what they were saying? You heard their quarterback? One of their quarterbacks was like, this is the real Miami here in something Ohio. I don't even remember where they are. The name Miami is in their school. It's Miami, Ohio, and I still don't know the city that they're from. I don't call it Miami. They probably in the place of Ohio don't call it Miami.
I love it.
We call it Miami. The only place people outside of Florida knows most of the time is Miami. So I don't know what we're talking about here, honestly. There's nothing to discuss. Doesn't matter where they go.
Now,
they're going to be known as the Red Hawks.
Now,
Miami Red Hawks. Just the Red Hawks.
Hear me out, though. If Miami, Ohio wins.
All right, so we should just talk about this. I don't know. We're going to burn the city to the ground. I'll tell you that right now. burning stuff to the ground.
There's
Rock
no
would
way.
not be able to understand that at all.
There's no way.
I would lose my mind. I don't think it's the type of season that we should be watching as fans if we lose this game. That's me being honest about that.
No,
we can watch something else.
I think Miami will definitely cover that 16.5. I don't see any issue. I just hope your guys' defense can step up.
Honestly, that's the only question mark. Actually, there's a bunch of question marks. We can get into that later, but there's a whole bunch of question marks for this team. We got Texas A&M next week, so we'll be talking about that next week.
Yeah, we will.
We'll get into that in more depth next week.
That might be
our first game here.
That might be our game of the week. I know. There's a couple good ones. Yeah, it might be our game of the week there. We'll see. Next one up, we got our ACC kickoff. We got Louisville at Georgia Tech, 7:30 on ESPN.
Rival. Big rival, big rivalry for us. No. It's new. It's a new rivalry. You know, it's not
right.
It's not FSU Miami, but it's a little deeper of a meaning. It's going to be called the Snellenberger game. Going to play for the Snellenberger Trophy. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
First head coach in Miami to win a championship. Howard Snellenberger. So I'm going to be watching Louisville a little closely this year. I do think they're going to go ahead and stomp on Georgia Tech because who is Georgia Tech? No. You know, who is them this year? They used to be the team that ran the option all the time. Pretty sure they took that out about 2-3 years ago.
I think they go pro now. Yeah, I think they go pro or spread or whatever. And yeah,
they're basically a new franchise to me. I don't know what to think of them. I'm gonna just go for Louisville. I'm pretty sure Vegas is too with that 7.5.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. And honestly, I think Louisville beats that. I think they go over. I think Louisville probably wins. Oh, I think Louisville gets 17, 21 point, like just a blowout. I don't.
Very good. Talking about a very good home win or away win for Louisville.
Oh yeah, it's an ACC kickoff. Louisville is always a competent team. Like they're always in that good win column. They have a good culture over there for sure. And it's always fun to watch Louisville.
Yeah, definitely remember Lamar Jackson running through everybody.
Yes.
He was there a couple years ago, 4, 5, 6 years ago, whatever that was.
Yeah,
and I think they had another exciting quarterback a couple years ago as well. Right,
Teddy Bridgewater, baby. Teddy Bridgewater.
It was all right. Whoa.
Yep,
we'll be seeing what they got this year.
He's the backup for the Detroit Lions right now, and you can't go wrong with that.
I knew he still had a contract. I miss him down here in Miami, if I'm being honest. Miami Dolphins had him for a little while.
Yeah. I mean, he's a solid backup quarterback. He was a good starter at one point with the Vikings, but anyway, that's neither here nor there. That's neither here nor there.
We're getting off that.
We're getting a little off topic. All right. Next game up, we got Eastern Carolina at Michigan. Number 2, Michigan. 12 p.m. on Peacock. That's the Saturday kickoff. Michigan by 36. We know what the game's going to be. I mean, we all know I'm the Michigan guy. But we know how this game's going to be.
This is a formality. This isn't a real game. This is the type of way I want to feel about Miami when they play a team like Miami, Ohio. Because it's about to be a murder. We're about to look.
And the thing is, too, it's Michigan is not going to have Jim Harbaugh, and we're not going to have the offensive coordinator. So we're going to be going a head coach and an OC. So we're going to be running with, I think our defensive coordinator is calling the plays for this one. Next week, our running back coach, and then the week after, our offensive coach is going to take it.
To be completely honest, for those 3 games, the players could really
honestly,
they don't need any type of.
If JJ wanted to call the offense the whole time, I'd be like, that's fine. Just give it to Blake, give it to Edwards, give it to yourself. I don't care.
Superstars on your offense, you're good, man. You know how to run the offense. East Carolina, they're gonna put up a fight, but 36.
Are they?
36 points, like that is disrespectful from Vegas. I'm not gonna lie. 36 points is insane.
So you're not going to take the 36 points?
I want to take 36 points. I know Michigan's a powerhouse. And I
was about to say, because honestly, I could see it being a 42-3. I could see it being like a Notre Dame, like that game that they just had. Like I could see that happening easily.
I don't know. It might be a little worse than that, honestly.
I was about to say, it's Eastern Carolina. No offense to that program, but I mean, like, Michigan is the second odds-on favorite to win the championship this year behind Georgia.
It just depends how comfortable and quickly Michigan get into their rhythm.
Oh yeah.
If it's the first quarter and we're looking at a 28-0 game, man, then it's not going to get beyond 30 points. If they're going to hold their lead until the end of the game, you know what I mean? At least that's what I think. It is the first game, so maybe they're not willing to run up the score, but you never know.
Oh yeah.
You never know what that coach is thinking.
I agree, but
coach, technically.
What I'm thinking is though, like if Blake Corum breaks off, or if Donovan Edwards breaks off a big run the first quarter, and the crowd really gets going, that game's over. That game's over. Like there's nothing. Like if our offensive line has the same offensive line like mentality that we have had, you know, back-to-back offensive linemen of the year, like best unit, it's over. Like it's not even going to be close. But hey, good on
game for Michigan. We'll say that.
I can't wait to see our backups. All right, here's a good game coming up right here. This one I'm actually like thoroughly excited for.
Super excited for this one, man.
Colorado at 17 TCU, 12 p.m. kickoff over on Fox. And honestly, I'll be watching that game like back and forth. You and I will both be watching that game back and forth with the Michigan game, hands down. Yes, what's so big about this? Oh, nothing. It's just Coach Prime's debut, and you know the 60 new players he brings in, and
it's 6-0. He basically restarted he gave them a restart. Like how I was just talking about how Nebraska needs a season. They do not need season. I'm fully confident in Deion Sanders, Coach Prime's ability to build a squad and take over the entire Pac-12. We haven't even talked about that. They are in the Pac-12. They're leaving, but they are also in the Pac-12 this year.
Hey, they're going to the Big 12 next year, and that's a Big 12 that loses Texas and Oklahoma. If you want to talk about good prime position to take over a conference,
I would be right in that position to take over that very, very developed conference.
Oh yeah, hands down. So that's gonna be interesting to watch, though. Oh, by the way, I think the other topic is, can TCU run it back? I mean, they were we're just gonna talk to them like they weren't the national champion runner-ups last year.
Right. But they also were demolished.
Oh yeah.
In that of situation, they were playing Big 12 teams all season. They got to play an SEC powerhouse.
They got to play Michigan. I mean, look, they brought it to Michigan, who shot themselves in the foot. I think it was like 3 pick sixes and stuff like a bunch of just nonsense.
It was a
bad game. It was good. It was good for TCU, and it was great because they finished it. They won. I mean, they won hands down. But it was one of those, like, we all know, like, okay, if we were to run that one back, we know damn well.
we would hopefully know what would happen.
Yes.
If we get tracked again, then we're looking at some different stuff.
Sheesh. But yeah, I mean, Vegas has TCU at 20.5.
Wow,
that's high. Like that's a
3-point game. That's a 3-touchdown.
Pretty high.
TCU.
What's going on here?
Now, wow, I'm going under. Obviously, I'm going under. TCU's home, so that might be the reason we're looking at this sideways. But I got way too much confidence in.
Do you think Colorado wins? Like, are you going to say they win, or are you just going to say they keep it close?
I'm going to say that's a really good bet to take, that TCU at 20.5.
Okay.
I'm going under that all day. If you're hearing the sound of my voice and you still have time to bet, put money down on that game for sure.
I'm agreeing, yeah.
I don't see – they are a brand new team, so, it's going to be virtually a pickup game for us watching it. But they've had time to mesh. Some players know each other. These players are really talented. They have a superstar head coach. Why would you put? I don't understand the logic in putting 20 or 20.5. I don't understand that at all. Like, whatever works.
I see it.
Money.
See, I see it though, because Colorado is the biggest unknown hyped team right now. Like, there's so much hype behind them, but we don't know. Like, we don't know anything about them. They can come out and be the best team ever out of this transfer portal, and then it's Colorado's year out of freaking nowhere. And then Coach Prime is the new GOAT and all that good shit.
Right, that could happen. It sounds likely, but
Or it could be the exact
right.
opposite, where it's a growing year, man. It's gonna suck. Like you're gonna have.
And that's life right there. That sounds more
Yeah.
like it.
Oh
It
yeah.
has to be at least 1 year where it's like,
That's what I'm
yeah,
saying. That
we suck, guys. We
one,
suck.
like if they got bowl eligible this year, that's a win. Like Coach Prime can hang his hat on that. But I mean, they're not.
Truthfully, yeah.
I just don't see them win the Pac-12. Like they can win the Big 12, especially with Texas, Oklahoma gone. Like I could see them winning the Big 12. But that's we can talk about that next year.
I'm gonna have to look in their schedule a little deeper to see what Colorado got after TCU. Because if they can pull off this TCU game, man.
Oh, it's literally that. If they can win against TCU, their season's different.
Right. The perspective of Colorado has changed dramatically since he got there, but it's going to take a whole nother step if they're able to go in there and beat TCU. And TCU's not even that good of a program, if we're being honest. Like,
I mean,
a fantastic year, but isn't there a quarterback gone? Quarterback went to the draft.
Yeah, Max Duggan's gone, but I mean, like,
he's gone.
There was a culture. If they can keep that culture, if they can just find another quarterback who can like run the ball and just kind of have that.
1 year is not really a culture, my guy. I haven't seen TCU really turn up and be
They used to be good.
The top of the Big 12 since LT was there, Daniel Tomlinson. It's been a minute.
Well, we'll see what happens. Anyway, here's another couple games for you. We got Virginia at number 12, Tennessee. 12 p.m. That's another 12 p.m. game over there. We're going to have a lot of good ones on at that noon kickoff. Tennessee by 28. It's on ABC. Yeah, I do see Tennessee beating Virginia pretty handily. Only thing we're looking for is Joe Mixon the third, former quarterback for the Wolverines. Right. He had some playing time last year. You know, he looked good. He has an arm. He has a cannon. Like that man can bomb.
Sure. We definitely have seen his arm.
Yeah.
And we're looking to see more of it when they go up against Virginia.
I think Tennessee's a little underrated. You know, they I mean, yeah, they lost Hendon Hooker, but they have a lot of core coming back. Like their offensive line, especially, like they're looking pretty good when it comes to experience.
At 12, I don't know if you can underrate that. If I'm being honest, they're at 12. They're not too low.
No, they're not too low. I think they could be a little higher. I think they're a top 8 team. In all honesty,
think so?
Yeah, oh yeah.
We got FSU at number 8, so I mean, I'd say
trust me, you'll hear about that when we get to it. I promise. So yeah, we're taking Tennessee there. We're taking Tennessee 28.
We can definitely take Tennessee. I don't know about going under 28. I don't know if Virginia's that bad. I don't know if we should say that. But it's an SEC team, right? So I mean, they would try to run up the score. They're a good type of trying to.
Yeah, so I'm saying Tennessee. Tennessee definitely wins that game at least by 28. Like that's what I'm saying.
Yeah, we can go over that. Yeah. We can go over 28.
Next game up's going to be interesting. We have the number 3 Buckeyes at Indiana, 3:30 on CBS. They have Ohio at 30.5 points. They have a new quarterback who we don't know who the starter is yet, as of now.
Right. We're not too sure. Let me look it up since we have technology. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, no, for sure. Go ahead.
Let me see if they have announced their starting quarterback at this point in time.
I'm about to say, as of yesterday, they have not. I did not check today. I should have, but I've been just running crazy.
There we go. We got a starter. Number 6, Kyle McCord.
Okay, so McCord's
starting for the Ohio State Buckeyes. Ryan Day named him.
Okay. All right. Well, we got something then. We got
ourselves a starting quarterback for the opener. Indiana is going to be seeing a lot of number 6.
Heard that. I mean, hey, that'll be interesting to see how he turns out. I know they have a couple quarterbacks. They might still kind of do like a quarter roll, just pull one, whatever.
Right.
Hey, and it's at Indiana. It's going to be a good road atmosphere. Kickoff against number 3, so the students are going to show out. And Ohio State, I want to see how they're going to bounce back. I mean, they lost 2 straight games last year. They lost the Michigan game, and then they lost to Georgia. So, I mean, what do you do now? Like, what are we seeing? And you're losing one of your best quarterbacks in recent history.
Wide receiver cores. Yeah, that wide receiver core was insane last year. So
I mean, they still have Najabi. I mean, he's still ridiculous, and he'll probably be up.
Course.
Huh?
Yeah, of course he is insane, but I mean they have been losing, so I mean they have Marvin Harrison Jr. as well. So I don't know. I don't know how much shine they have.
Yeah, no, it's
We're gonna
definitely
see what else they got.
it's definitely going to come down to that quarterback. I mean, if he has to get him the ball, I mean, he has to get his wide receiver core in there. And is the Ohio State secondary any better? Like that's been their biggest
Yeah,
issue.
that has been their Achilles heel for last year for sure. When they were playing Michigan, that was exposed entirely.
Oh yeah, hands down. JJ had a day with them. I could see definitely. I wouldn't take Ohio State winning by 30. I think they'll win by 20. But so
I
I'd
can
take the under
I
of
can give
that.
them 30. I can go over that for sure, 100%.
No, I can
I
go
don't see
under.
Indiana. I don't see Indiana as nothing more than tissue paper when it
Hey,
comes to
look, I might
sometimes. Man.
it might be biased, but my humble opinion.
If we're talking about basketball, we got a different game here. That's all I'm saying. They're not blue, but
Look.
they're definitely not a good football sport.
We'll see. That's going to be a good game. That's going to be a good game. A couple more good games. We have number 21, North Carolina at South Carolina, 7:30 on ABC. They got North Carolina by 2.5. That's a pretty damn good game, honestly, to kick the season off.
Every game. Yeah.
Yeah,
Not bad at all.
Yeah, you got Spencer Rattler versus Drake May. I mean, Rattler, former Oklahoma quarterback. He's had a year under his belt with South Carolina. He's a damn good quarterback. He knows what he's doing.
Spencer Rattler. No, so I don't know. I don't know a whole lot about Drake May. I've heard there's a lot of hype around him. I think we saw him last year.
Yep.
I'm not too sure if we saw him last year, Miami, but
yeah, no, Drake May is the only reason. Drake May is the only reason North Carolina wins games. Like hands down, he carries that team.
All right, so we're talking about a nice ACC contender when it comes to the quarterback of the year.
Yes, hands down. So I mean that's going to be interesting. Yeah, I mean
I think I heard of him in the Heisman conversations, but I haven't seen.
He's top 5 Heisman. He's number 5 right now, so that'll be interesting to see just betting odds. It's going to come down to this game. I think South Carolina wins, just because it's at South Carolina. That's honestly the one thing I got. SEC defense.
We'll see.
Yeah, we'll see about
that. SEC defense for sure. I can believe in that, but I'm not too sure about Drake May. I'm not too sure about Spencer Rattler either, if I'm being honest. I saw him a little bit last year getting rattled. Funny little
look at you.
He came back from it and showed some spine when it came to being an actual quarterback. So I have a little more respect for him than I do for Drake May, for sure. But it's only because I haven't seen enough of Drake May.
I got you.
We'll be keeping an eye on UNC regardless.
Oh yeah, hands down. We'll definitely see what's up with them. I mean, it'd be great to see, North Carolina with Coach Brown. I mean, how can you go wrong, All right.
Definitely need to see them fall, though. I definitely need to see them fall.
I know you do. I know you do.
We're gonna go ahead and get the home win for South Carolina.
All right. The last 2 games, in my opinion, this is my game of the week. You got number 5 LSU not at. It's a neutral game, but number 5 LSU against number 8 FSU. 7:30 on Monday. ABC. They got LSU up by 2.5.
Okay.
So
we do have what was it? Jaden Daniels over there is the quarterback at LSU.
Right? Yep. And then you got Jordan Travis. Yep. You got Jordan Travis over at FSU, who's shown just amazing upside.
Whatever.
All right.
What I'm saying is he really that good? Is he really that good? He's shown promise. Let's put quotation marks over that, even though you can't see my quotation marks. They're there. Promise has been shown, but I don't know about this quarterback of the year, like Heisman.
I never said that. I never.
Exactly.
I know.
He's ahead of Drake May when it comes to pace of race, the race for the ACC.
That's just it. Like, he has that potential. He kind of reminds me of, like, just potential-wise, nothing else, but of Anthony Richardson, where the potential was right there in college, and everyone's like, oh, shit, okay, let's see what can happen.
and he did nothing in college, but now he's in the NFL.
NFL, and we'll see what happens. We don't know what happens. I mean, we're still in preseason, but Jordan Travis is kind of like that. Like, he's a phenomenal quarterback. Like, that man kind of reminds me of that Max Duggan, where he will take it. Like, he'll just run down with that ball to get that extra yard if needed. He's that team leader, that motivator, and he's going to be not the only reason. Florida State always has a good, halfback usually.
Right. They usually have a good base of a team.
Yeah. But he's going to be the reason that they keep it close in the ACC.
Right.
I don't know about this number 8 ranking. I think 15, sure, but I'm not seeing 8. I don't think they're a top 10 team at all.
8's definitely a little low but I mean, it is the preseason rankings, so they're
they don't mean
on paper.
Yeah, they don't really mean anything.
They're kind of talented, but I don't know about the coach. I don't know about the quarterback. No, I don't even know about the school itself. Man. They're kind of.
Let's also not forget FSU did beat LSU last year, so.
That did happen. That definitely did happen.
So, I mean,
I'm pretty sure Daniels was out for that game or whatever happened. I don't remember the game too well, but it did happen. FSU did win that game last year. Let's remember that.
That's what I'm saying. They did win last year. It's a neutral site. I mean, we're going to see what happens. I think it's going to be a defensive game. I think LSU will, in the end, will probably pull away during that second half for sure.
Right. So you're going over for that?
Oh, yeah. I think 2.5 is too low. I think LSU probably win by 14, 17, somewhere in that ball game.
Oh, no. I'm thinking 17 is definitely 17-14 is too high. They're winning by like 10, one touchdown, 10.
Okay, so you're gonna take the over.
Right? Yeah, I'm taking over, but barely.
Okay.
Sure.
Okay.
It's gonna be more than 3. If they win by 3, then this is a great game. This might be a great game of the year if they win by 3.
I think if FSU, besides obviously outright winning the game, if they can keep it within one score game, I think that's a win for them that they can actually build off of.
Oh wow! All right.
If they
wide left, wide right, I'm thinking they miss a field goal or two if it's that close.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying though. But if they lose by 14, 21, 17, something like that, then it's like, all right, this is exactly what we thought was going to happen.
Yeah, right. This is more close to home because LSU is
they're a damn good team. Like they're next to Georgia. I think LSU this year will be better than Alabama.
Right.
It's like I don't think anyone's better than Georgia.
I don't know about that. Right. I don't know about that. Let's say Georgia for sure will be better than Alabama. I'll say that, but I don't know about LSU just being outright better than Alabama. I'll say they're matched with them. I'll say they're probably like neck and neck when it comes to the race of
Brian
better
Kelly,
than them.
Brian Kelly over there, man. He's got.
It's his second season.
He's got that team believing in something, man. I'm interested to see what's up.
Let me make sure I'm right about that. This is his second year, right? This is second year.
It's his second or third year. I think it might be his second, but yeah, no. I mean, he started off last year with I think it was a 1 or 3 point loss against Florida State, and then they went on to have a pretty damn good season.
So, yeah, LSU definitely did have a good season last year. They were all in the conversation. It's just the fact that they lost that first game. So
that was it.
That was no longer in the conversation after that.
Nope.
They did have a good season after that loss.
Yeah.
And see if they can rectify that this season.
It's going to be a good game. Florida State's defense definitely needs to show up. The same with LSU. LSU's going to have to watch that quarterback run because that man can run for days.
Right.
All right, last game that I have over here, we have number 9 Clemson at Duke, 8 p.m. on ESPN. That is a Tuesday game. They got Clemson by only 13 points. Now,
I don't know. I really don't know where all the respect for Duke is coming from.
It's a night game on a Tuesday. I had a kick in. That's where.
I just don't understand how they don't see this as a blowout game.
Oh, my God.
I'm not an expert. You know what I'm saying? It's not an expert time for me.
Yeah.
Not yet,
I wanted to bring this up because I don't know what it is about this game, but I could see this being really, really close for no reason other than just it is.
Where do you see that?
Because it's a night game at Duke. And Clemson, honestly, like, they have a good quarterback who is he has the potential He has potential. He has potential. That's what I'll say. But it's just potential. Now you're gonna go at Duke's gonna sell out because it's against number 9 Clemson at night, and
Duke's gonna sell out because they give away tickets.
Hey,
That's why they don't.
A sellout is a sellout. It's crowds versus the team. That's the big thing here.
It's like the Dallas Mavericks saying they sell out. Mark Cuban giving away some of them tickets to people, bro. You can't. No, this isn't a sellout.
Look.
They don't care about football. They don't care about basketball.
Regardless.
They don't care about. They care about lacrosse.
With a filled stadium. Damn it.
This is gonna be a blow. They're gonna go and sell out for a blow. they're gonna sell out their stadium. It's gonna be all blue and black and white, whatever color they want to use for that night, and then they're gonna get blown out.
So, are you saying over? Are you saying over 13 then?
I'm saying over 13, sir. At home, at night, Monday night. That's what.
I'm gonna say this is my crazy one, just because I want to have fun with this. Duke by 3.
Duke by 3. All right.
You heard it. I wanted to do it. I
hope Labor Day. Actually, I hope they don't wear white. I hope no one wears white. This is Labor Day. I hope none of them wear white. I hope none of them do.
See, now
there'll be a whole lot of blood on the field if freaking Clemson, if they don't win, because it doesn't even make sense.
When we record next week, and if Duke wins. I just hope you know the shit I'm gonna give you.
I just don't understand. I'm gonna be here with the wildest. You're gonna hear my face. You're gonna be able to hear my face through this because it's just not gonna make any sense.
I already know my phone will go off, blowing up, and like, oh shit, what happened? Oh, look at that.
It's gonna be looked at for a while. It's gonna be looked at. That's for sure.
Oh,
it'll be seen. It'll be world news.
I love
Clemson loses to the basketball school, and they're gonna win the conference. You know that, right? They're probably gonna win our conference.
Oh, Duke, hands down.
If they beat Clemson, then yeah. But you know, I'm not talking about Duke. Talk about Clemson.
I know. Clemson's odd. Yeah, Clemson's like the hands down favorite. But if it's not Clemson, and if Florida State could show up, it can be Florida State. They're the only two teams.
That's the side though. I think that's the Atlantic side. The Atlantic side.
I think they did away with divisions this year.
No, I think that's next year. I mean, look into
it's
it.
Right now.
We'll get into that.
It's right now.
We'll get into that.
Yeah, no, it's happening. I'm looking right at it.
It was 2023, 2024.
Yes, sir.
2024.
So it's your top 2 teams that are going to play each other.
For Miami.
No, it's the ACC is just one division now. There's no different conference. Oh, just one conference now. There's no divisions.
Yeah, no, there's no divisions, but no, I think there are still divisions.
No,
they still have it in half.
Danny, I am telling you right now.
You play the same 18. You play the same 7 teams every year.
It doesn't matter. No, they're going to change that up, obviously.
Exactly, that's what I'm saying. They don't have the conferences anymore, but. They don't have divisions anymore, but they are playing the same 7 teams.
Right, but I mean, regardless, it's your top 2. It's your top 2 fucking teams going against each other at the end. So, like, there's no that coastal doesn't mean shit. The Atlantic doesn't mean shit.
Okay. That's what you mean.
Yeah. So that's gonna be interesting. That's gonna be probably Florida State, Clemson twice, unless North Carolina does something, or that's really it.
I don't see North Carolina doing anything. I don't see FSU doing anything. Honestly, it's Miami's conference to lose at all times. If we're being 100%.
I mean,
honest.
if you can beat Texas Tech next week, we'll have a whole different conversation.
We play Clemson. We play Texas A&M next week. Texas Tech.
Texas A&M. That's what I meant. Texas A&M.
I know. But if we beat Clemson and lose to Florida State, it's still our division to win, because means we play Florida State again, and we'll just whoop their ass second time.
Yeah, you just need to make sure you don't play Clemson twice. Wait, do you play Clemson at all this year?
Yeah, we play Clemson.
You do? Yeah, you just gotta make sure you don't play Clemson twice. That's the big thing. Like, if you can hope Clemson loses and you play fucking North Carolina twice or whatever, I'm taking it.
I'm fine with any other team but Clemson twice, honestly.
Because realistically, if you beat Texas A&M 2, 4, 5, you can go 5-0 before at North Carolina, then versus Clemson.
I'm not even looking at this. Let me see.
It could happen.
Yeah. Oh yeah.
It could
What?
happen.
Yeah. We got Georgia Tech is our first ACC game. And
Yeah.
it's North Carolina and then Clemson. So we're looking at 3 games that are season deciding. If we're being honest.
Yeah, but it's Texas A&M, fucking Clemson, and Florida State. Those are your 3 deciding games this year. I mean, North Carolina, arguably, but
Yeah.
that's still a maybe.
I wanted to give them a little respect because we are at their house, October 14th. They are home.
We'll see. We'll have to see about that. I mean, I don't know, but let's not jump ahead. Let's just be happy that week 1 is here.
Right. Let's get this win. Go on next week, right?
Yes, sir. Yes, sir. Well, that's all I got for this one. You got anything else you want to drop for your peoples?
No, man. Let's go Miami, bro.
Love that.
Real Miami.
I love that. Well, guys, make sure you keep your ear out for the next installment coming next week. Go Blue, go Canes, go Mia-Mich. Later, y'all boys.
Later.